Welcome back to Giving, a program that celebrates creative philanthropy. I'm your host, Lisa Shields. In 2005, nearly 2,000 people lost their lives in Hurricane Katrina. Even more lost their homes and livelihoods, making it one of the worst humanitarian crises in American history. Many thought the city would never be rebuilt. Enter Brad Pitt. Having lived and worked in New Orleans, Pitt has an affinity for the Big Easy. To help the city, he combined his interest in architecture with his passion for philanthropy and all things green. Using millions of dollars of his own money, Pitt launched Make It Right, an aptly named project that is now becoming one of the largest green housing developments in the nation.
The thing that bothers me here is that these people did everything right. They did everything they were supposed to do. They went to school, they got jobs, they got married, they raised a family, they had kids. They saved with their jobs and they bought their own homes. They sent their kids to school, they provided for their kids, their families, and suddenly all that's wiped out. And with no plan, what happens when all that's wiped out? There were insurance games where people weren't covered, and again, this was the failure of the levees. It should have never happened. Not with today's ingenuity. We're standing in the lower ninth. This is the levee that busted. And what you have to remember is this place didn't get the buses to be evacuated. This place, well, that warning came too late for most families. So the people who were still stuck here, that means they were engulfed by this water, and this water knocking their homes off foundations, coming in their houses, and they had to scramble to the top. They didn't have enough time to get their dogs, if their dogs were in the backyard or tied up or tethered in any way. There's a lot of stories about that, and you know, over 1,000 lives were lost in this area where we stand right now because of that rush of water, or having to sit on their roofs for the next week. How important is it to get everyone back in the community?
Oh man!
Back in school.
Yep, that's the whole thing, you know. And then they see so many of their friends that they know was on the list that was dead. So in the newspaper they was printed their names. So it's like a lot of their friends, they know they're not here, you know. So it's like it take away from it, but it adds to it because they want to come home. All of them want to come home. And being in a little bitty trailer that FEMA trying to put us out now, you know, they constantly knocking on the door. And it was like, we need y'all to move out of here, you know. So
well, where are they suggesting people go?
They're trying to give us some housing anywhere you want to go. I want to come to New Orleans. So it's just like I got to wait and see if my papers or whatever, CCL or C whatever it is, gonna come through so they can help me. But they don't let you stay there for a little while and help you for a little while. You know, the right now to rent a house for me it's like $2,500. You know, I didn't see 2 bedrooms that's $2,500. I was just going around searching for houses.
You'll see a lot of this still, just that houses that still haven't been cleaned up. You see this or maybe some empty lots, but this was pretty much true after the storm, and it just hasn't changed much in 2.5 years. It's a bit crazy when you think about how extraordinary our country is that this still exists this way. The assistance that's there will not be enough to help people rebuild what they had before, and certainly not rebuild safely.
So,
right.
That's the front of our house.
We're helping people meet that gap, so they can rebuild what they had before, but not just what they had before, but something that's safe, that's higher, that meets the standards when this place floods again, that will still be there with the strongest materials if it were to flood, if people had to evacuate, that they come back, their homes would still be there. Something that's equitable and that treats the families with fairness, meaning non-toxic materials instead of the cheapest, and efficient appliances that don't drive their energy bills up, which could lead to a foreclosure. These kind of issues of fairness. I want to point out that this is just not charity. It's not giving people homes. We're helping families get a hand up. This is not about a handout. And everything that a family puts into it will then go into another house for another family. Well, it's not housing. It's homes. It's the family. It's the heart of the family where the memories were created, where they sent their kids to school, where they took their first steps, where they played with their friends. So that's what we're talking about in this sense of community, and you'll hear everyone here talk about what a tight-knit group this was here. Let's go talk to your grandmother, yeah? I mean their grandmother.
Yeah, that's their grandmother.
It's a war zone, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
This is nice to see, though. Wasn't here 2 months ago.
Yeah, it wasn't. That's why I say y'all doing a good job.
So what's the first day going to be like for you, moving back in?
But the first day, first I want to get the house organized.
Yeah.
Put up my curtains.
What color is your room going to be? Maybe pink? I would have never guessed. That's fantastic. I'm really excited about this because I know that I can lend a hand that will put a family back into its home. I know that it's a direct link. It's not. I'm not hearing of a crisis and saying that's bad and maybe sending something to some nebulous group that I really don't know where it goes. I know specifically that families will be able to rebuild their lives here, and I've met them. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, me.
I do. I like the song. What about you? Jamel, you got a song? Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's great. What you're going to see in a year from now is hopefully this filled with homes and a thriving community. I mean, there's a lot of other issues to be addressed as far as infrastructure, but the school's in good form here, and there's hundreds of people on the ground working in healthcare and other grassroots programs that I think will all feed off each other.
Hi.
Mr. President, guys. This is guys with the Make It Right team here.
Thanks.
And these are our community leaders right along here, all in the front second row here. They've all been together, working together to make this happen. All right. Did you get in there?
Just about everything you can do to make it.
All right. Now we begin. Now we get dirty.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Thank you all. Okay. Yeah, it'd be great. And it'd be nice too with the community leaders. Yeah. All get together.